What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Angel here. Today I am with Sean. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Good seeing you.
All right, so we're here to talk about his Honda S2000. Look at just impressive car all the way around. So walk me through your car. Let's begin to how long have you had the car?
A year last week.
A year last week. Yeah, impressive. And now I seen it about some months ago, and it did not look like this. I'm sure it did not look like that a year ago. What was the process like for you?
When I bought it, it was bone stock. It had 10 springs on it and Motegi wheels, and that was it.
And that was it?
That was it.
Okay, where did you start it? What was the first thing you did to it?
First thing I did was the Motegis were staggered. I went from staggered to square setup with the 1552 Turbo Max Ken Block edition. And then from there, went with coilovers, and then just about everything else happened at one time.
Right.
Tail lights, spoiler, hood, front bumper, and then after I put all the cosmetics, exterior stuff, I went with the 3M vinyl wrap.
Nice. So let's talk about some of the cosmetic parts that you have, because your hood and your right here, your lip and all this stuff, I mean, it looks very, very well together. What makes you go with this setup? I mean, the way it looks like right now. How did you end up with this decision?
So I went with the Cybon carbon fiber hood with the big scoop in order to create more airflow for the Sorcery front bumper that I knew I wanted to get.
Okay.
Sorcery no longer makes these bumpers in the US, so this is a replica.
Okay.
Full carbon fiber front lip. I knew I wanted the big air duct on the bottom due to the Password JDM intake.
Okay.
So really it was all about airflow and creating the best street track car.
Right. Now your wheel setup is something that you recently acquired, to my knowledge. Same thing, what made you go with this setup that you currently have?
So I went with Works ZR10 Emotions 20th anniversary edition. They're 18 by 9.5 plus 37 offset. I went with it to give it more of the deep dish wheel look, two-tone color, and weight reduction.
Okay.
That was a big thing for me.
Right.
I also switched the tires to a summer tire, high performance summer tire with the Firestone Indy 500s. Okay.
Now earlier I was looking at the engine bay, and I know the car, it was not this color. What was the color, and how did you ended up with this color?
So I originally had red. You can see the red in the door seal.
Okay. Yep. There it is.
I went with a 3M fiery orange metallic. I wanted something that'd be different that you don't see a lot of S2000s. And I've also always loved the BMW Special Edition M3 color. So it's either going to be the orange or the Daytona purple. Okay. And I thought the orange would pop better in the sun, and it would fit better with the carbon fiber look. So
honestly, I think you nailed it, because the way the car looks right now, the color combination with the, like you said, the current setup that you have, the car looks very, very well put together all the way around. Look everybody. Just drop a like if you enjoyed the color. Now your exhaust, because the thing sounds really, really good. What kind of exhaust do you have on here?
So I'm running the NVIDIA N1 dual exhaust with a Burke high flow catalytic converter.
Okay.
I will be switching the high flow cat to a Tomei test pipe. So I will be getting rid of the cat and doing basically a straight pipe all the way to the exhaust system.
Right. In my opinion, just me, and probably my favorite thing on the car is your intake box. Let's show everybody that, and talk to me about it, because I mean, that thing, me personally, is the first time that when I seen the car the first time in I think it was May, that stood out to me, and I was blown away by it. And I think you told me they no longer make that, right?
Correct. Yep. So this is a Password JDM intake. It's full carbon fiber double weave twill. With the big scoop on the bottom, carbon fiber cooling plate. Yeah, Password JDM is no longer making, actually, not just this intake, but no longer making any products. So Password JDMs are very hard to come by. And this is something that I would immediately boost the horsepower because of the amount of air it's pulling in through the air duct and how it's completely closed off, which a lot of S2000 intakes are much smaller, and a lot of them are open, so a lot of S2000s usually have problems with hydro locking.
Okay.
So that was why I went with this intake to prevent hydro locking when raining or driving on a track and wet surfaces, anything like that.
So not only does it look good, it's actually very functional and practical for what it is.
Yes, and with the tune that I'll be running, I'll be doubling the horsepower gains that it came with from factory. So it's very much a performance intake.
Awesome. So that leads me to the next question. What are your recent plans coming up for the car? And we've been talking for a minute, but I want you to share with everybody what you got coming up for the car.
So I will be buying a standalone ECU. I'm going to be running the Honda RSX S-Type ECU, so I will be switching that with the stock ECU. I will be having the car switched to a Flex Fuel E85, and I will be having new fuel injectors put in, new spark plugs. I'm going to have the intake manifold bored out and have a bigger throttle body. So I'll be looking at about 110 horsepower increase with the tune and the Flex Fuel edition.
Right. So I'm gonna ask you for one thing though. Can you please turn the car off for us, and that way everybody can get a feel of what this beauty sounds like. And there's Pikachu right there. Y'all get a load of this, everybody. Just clean. Can you rev it up for us a little bit? Very nice, man. Very nice. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go for a quick ride around the car, around the neighborhood, just so that we can get a feel for the car. I have not been in an S2000, so I'm very excited. So see you in the car. Oh, okay. Let's go. Oh, it feels like you're gonna sit on the ground.
Yeah, it's low.
Okay, that was nice and smooth. Drop top, I like that. Okay, safety first. Beautiful day, man. Really nice day.
Leaves falling.
Yeah.
Perfect weather.
In North Carolina, this is probably one of the most beautiful seasons to be. I like the steering wheel, really nice.
Yeah, so this is Momo. Actually had this imported from Italy, so this is straight from Momo's factory.
Nice.
Full carbon, real carbon. The whole wheel is actually carbon, and they just put the cutouts and it covered everything else with leather.
Right.
So you can really like feel the sturdiness behind it.
Nice.
And I actually went with 320 millimeter wheels, so I would drop down about 30 millimeters to kind of give it more of a go-kart race car feel to it.
Okay. Man, the car sounds so good, and the engine sounds so solid as well. I mean, it feels good.
Yeah, for the model, it's a 05 AP2, so it's 15 years old now, and 165,000 miles on the original engine.
Nice. Honda engineering at its finest.
Yep, and so the AP1 had a F20 motor, and they that was a 2.0 liter, and then in 05 they switched to the AP2. This is the F22.
Right.
And they went to a 2.2 liter.
Awesome. Y'all listen to how good that engine sounds. Nice. I don't want to lose my hat.
I've made that mistake.
It's not bumpy. The ride is actually very smooth.
Yep.
For what it is. I mean, as low as the car is, it's such a smooth ride.
Yeah, so it's sitting on a BC coilovers, normal springs on the BCs, and I've got the dampening turned about 3/4 of the way up.
Okay.
Just because of how low I went. I dropped the car about 2.5 inches from stock ride height, so it's pretty low.
Right.
Just recently had the fenders rolled and pulled in order to get it ready for the tune, since I'll be
once you get your tune in place, and you know, as you go down the road with everything that you got planned,
yeah.
man, that thing is gonna be wicked.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Tuner Evo Charlotte will be a big thing.
Yep. We will be at Tuner Evolution, Honda S2000, and the R33 will be at the show. Hope you make it. All right, everybody. So, man, I really appreciate you taking me for a ride. I was very impressed. First time being in a Honda S2000 like that. It felt great. It felt amazing. I was impressed. I really was blown away with it. You have a gem in your hands, and I mean, with the plans you got coming for it, all I can say, I look forward to it.
Thanks.
So that is going to conclude today's episode, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Sean, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Man, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
We'll definitely stay in touch. And everybody, until next time, buckle up and keep tuning. Here, one last look. There you go.